everybody, and welcome into another edition of the Recruiting Roundup. I'm Kendall Smith alongside of Wes Mitchell here to round up the week of recruiting for Gamecock Football for all of you. So Wes, hope you're doing well. Hope you're ready to get right on into it. PTI style, you've got a minute for each question, and we'll kick it off with just a general roundup for the week. Tell us about commitments and offers in the South Carolina football program. You're on the clock.
Yeah, so several new offers. People can read about them on GamecockCentral.com. I think the big news, 2 welcome homes. Obviously, that's what Beamer does when South Carolina gets a commitment. He tweets out the welcome home. He had one on Wednesday, I believe it was. It was definitely earlier this week. And then another on Saturday evening, as Beamer said, while everybody's watching NFL football. So, yeah, neither guy has unveiled who they are yet. Of course, we will keep that secret for them as well right here on the show. And I do think Gamecock fans, Kendall, will be extremely happy once these 2 guys release their commitments.
All right, Wes, you did a great job on that one. Still 24 seconds around there left. Now, let's go ahead and talk about Junior Day on Saturday. South Carolina had a Junior Day last week. They also had one on Saturday. What was the response from the Junior Day, and can you tell us any big names that were at South Carolina on Saturday?
Yeah, I think for South Carolina, these junior days are massive because it gives them an opportunity to get younger players on their campus early on during their recruiting process. And they've been able to do that. Dylan Lonergan, top quarterback target for South Carolina in 2023. You look in-state, Xavier McLeod right down the road at Camden's a top target for them. You go outside of the state, Zechariah Owens, who is a top offensive tackle target for them. I talked to him on Saturday night. He had an outstanding time. Basically said the only thing keeping him from committing to South Carolina was that he just wanted to make sure he sort of went through the recruiting process and kind of checked all his boxes there. So, I think it was a really good kind of full day for these prospects. Ike Daniels is a kid out of Virginia who is a running back target for Montario Hardesty at that side of the ball, and is a kid that I think South Carolina's in great shape with as well. So these junior days really set the stage for the recruiting process moving forward for these kids.
Perfect. Right on the money with just about 1 second left, and there goes the alarm. Now, Wes, last question for you today. Shane Beamer out on the recruiting trail this past week along with several of his assistants. Tell us about some of the stops that they made and maybe some of those marquee schools and places that they went to.
Yeah, one of the big ones would be to go to Dylan Lonergan's school. That's the quarterback we just talked about. He has sort of emerged as the most likely target right now, I think, or most likely guy for the 2023 class for South Carolina at quarterback. Beamer was by there. He made a trip up to North Carolina on Friday. A little bit of the schedule got altered because of the weather on Friday, so I think they'll sort of move some of those visits around going into this week to make sure he hits all the areas. But a big week in Georgia for Beamer. He had a bunch of schools there, and really he's been all over, and the staff has just been sort of canvassing not just the Southeast, but, you see Pete Limbo was up New Jersey, Pennsylvania, stuff like that. Stops in the last couple of weeks in Virginia for like Torian Gray, a bunch of stops in Florida, some stops in Tennessee. Justin Stepp was in Texas. So really the entire staff is getting out there and seeing kids all over the country, which is what you have to do right now. And they can't even meet with the prospects because as far as the NCAA calendar, you can't meet with underclassmen. But I'll say real quick,
yes,
this is an opportunity to build relationships with those high school coaches, which is obviously very important.
Awesome. Well, Wes, thank you so much for giving us the roundup on what happened this week in recruiting for Gamecock football. We'll have more for you on GamecockCentral.com, so be sure to subscribe. Lots of exciting things coming up. He's Wes Mitchell. I'm Kendall Smith, and we will see you guys in the next video. Have a great day.